everybody. All right, we've got Roxana Hannah in the house. All right, well, we are excited. Live here in Bellevue, Washington. Roxana, where are you?
I am currently in Kansas City, Missouri. It's freezing cold here.
Awesome. Well, let me just do a quick spot check, make sure I've got someone on the other line here. Can you guys see us on live on empoweredliving.biz? Okay. Okay, we're all good. Excellent. And appreciate you. Have a great day. Oh, I love you too. Okay, so that is the corporate offices. They said we are live and running well, and so hopefully you guys are all out there. And Roxana, this is going to be so cool. We are every Wednesday, 10 a.m. We are going to have different guests with us today. It's just you and I.
That's right.
Okay, your turn.
Sharing things together. I don't remember the words. Is that Air Supply?
I think so. Oh my goodness, is that like awesome? That dated us right there. So we are not in the 20-something group. But I've got some pretty good Justin Bieber tunes flapping through my head as well, and a pretty good Taylor Swift one if you want to know about trouble. But excited because we're going to take every Wednesday and you and me just chat it up about internet marketing and how we are blowing up our businesses.
That's right. There's a lot of things that people can do on a real basic level if they want to take it up a notch. You know, the Google Hangouts are really fun because they're more interactive. It's not as formal training, and we want to be here, spend time with you so that you can ask us questions, and we'll have some really good interaction and feedback. So it's real laid back. We've got our, you know, our little jackets on. It's our Solivay dance team. Oh yeah, that's right, Solivay dance team. And so we're here to answer questions for you. Do you have the chat enabled over there? Is there? Oh, this is a different Hangout type. That's right. Where can people post questions?
You know what? This is crazy. Let's do this. Let's do this, Roxana. I'm going to pull you up there so everybody can see your Roxy, Hoxy. What do I call you? Foxy Roxy. You know what? When I say that, you know who I feel like? The lady on American Idol. Nicki Minaj, because she's always got a nickname for people like things like Foxy Roxy. I'm going to coin that, even though you won't ever call yourself that. I think you're Foxy Roxy. Yeah, no, it is a different one. So why don't we give them all your home phone number and tell them to call you? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give them my cell phone number. Are you ready for this? Pop it in.
What if they go to your the fan page and they just ask questions there?
Yeah, why don't we do that? Empower. You're so smart. You just saved me.
I've done this before. I've done this before.
Yeah, fast. Okay. So Empowered Living Biz. If you go to facebook.com/Empowered Living Biz, and we are actually setting up a group. If you guys were a part of the if you were a part of the regional, then you know that a ton, I'm getting blasted by people. Look at this. Don't give out your cell phone number. Are you crazy? No, we probably, maybe a little, I am. But if you were at the regional, then you know that we are coming together as a bunch of teams. We shot a video. You're going to see it on the new and improved empoweredliving.biz. It's going to be launched here probably by the end of the month. We're really working hard, and we'll send you all out an update. It's being created behind a firewall right now, so you can't see what's happening. But what we're doing is we're all playing in together, and those were jazz hands for our dance team.
Those are my fire fingers on fire.
But what we're doing is we're playing in together so that we can create more tools and more accessibility to what everybody's doing across the board. So no matter what team you're in, you feel completely supported by the best of the best of the best tools. Now we're going to be having right now we have the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/empoweredlivingbiz, and we're also going to be it's actually set up, we just haven't told you guys how to get to it. The Empowered Living group, which is going to allow us to have more interaction and chat with each other. But for now, go and I will monitor the actual Empowered Living Biz Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Empowered Living Biz, B-I-Z, and I'll monitor it for questions. But Roxana, I know that we've got some things that are going to be live on the new site, and some of them are, we're talking about get in, get social, get free. Today we're going to talk about getting social, because that's what this Hangout is totally geared towards, is internet marketing. How to become social through social media, internet marketing, affiliate marketing, and all the things that we do, yet 100% focused Solivay. You're not going to have to worry about getting hit up at the end of this call for something that's going to cost you $500 to play with us. It's free. Have you guys seen that movie? What is it, Dreamtime or something? Like, it's free. Okay, anyhow, so Roxana, I'm going to let you take the helm, and let's run through those 5 things and talk about what it means to get social.
All right, what it means to get social. Okie dokie. So, give us some interaction. If you are around on Facebook, let us know that you're with us and you're on point, and we just love your interaction. I'm going to start first. It's funny. I was just coming home on an errand with my dad and mom, and I sat in the back seat of her car, and she had this book, The Tipping Point, right? It's a great book.
It's an awesome book. One of my favorite books.
Yeah, it's a great book. And I'm just, we were only like on a quick, 10-15 minute drive, so I'm just skimming through it, and I've read it before. And it just so happened, how the world works, I turned to a section in the book that was where I was exactly supposed to land, to connect with you and tell you these things. That is a perfect precursor to what we're going to talk about today. So we're talking about getting social. And in this book, one aspect of it, it's basically how the tipping point is about how some trends just explode onto the scene and spread like wildfire. And what Malcolm Gladwell does in this book is really describe why they spread like wildfire. I was going to say flower. I'm a girl. Why they spread like wildfire, and what are the elements of it, okay? And the elements of it are us, are all of us here. We're all different personalities, but our thing, our trend is Solivay, and Solivay is spreading like wildfire. And I want you to understand some of those elements before we get into those 5 steps. So we've got mavens. Mavens are people who really like data, lots of data. They want to know everything about everything. Well, you've got those personality types inside of Solivay, and then you've got connectors. And I'm a connector, right? I like to kind of kick back and watch people and understand who they are, because I like helping them and connecting them. I really enjoy doing that, and that's why my business exploded. And I'll get into that. The other part of it is the salesperson. Now, we don't like to use the word salesperson because we don't really feel like we have to sell. So the way he describes it in this book is talking about someone who's just really shifting the perspective of the way someone thinks about it. And in his book, he's talking about sales, but we can use the word, someone who just shares the message and kind of gives you a different perspective, because that's where I am. I'm a connector, but I'm also someone to help people understand a different perspective of the way they've looked at, well, I've had my cell bill for such a long time. I've been with this company for such a long time. Okay, well, let's talk about long-term growth. Let's talk about future vision. Let's talk about, your plan, your life plan, what kind of savings plan. Let's talk about some stuff, because as we had to do a quick stop at the hospital today just for some quick outpatient stuff, and I'm there, and there are a lot of people who are not healthy and in wheelchairs, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, I'm so grateful that I have a retirement plan because of Solivay. Before I was paycheck to paycheck, but now I have this retirement plan, and so that's the sharing gift that we have.
Can I just say something, Roxana? Can I just bring some reality to the deal here? So we're not salespeople, we're share people. If you don't like the word sales, we're share people. We like to share. But let me just tell them what our morning was like, because this is the cool thing about what we do. We pop online, whether it's like my webinars, on Mondays and Thursdays. Okay, so it's at 6 p.m. What happens before 6 p.m. is called CHAOS, chaos, because I'm feeding my kids, making dinner, hustling from home. Usually it's like 5. You guys know I do a sound check at 5:45 on every one of those. So at like 5:45, I'm running, I'm hustling, I'm popping in the seat, and I go, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. And what you don't know is what just happened. Well, this morning, here we are, we're talking like everything's hunky-dory. You see the pretty greenery behind me. So this morning, I dropped my kids off at school. I'm heading home to be able to host the Hangout, and my tire blows up, like blows up. And I'm thinking, oh no, I only have 1 hour to this thing starts, and I'm calling roadside service. I'm thinking and it's pouring down rain, right? It's Bellevue, Washington. And so so I call Roxanne. I think, oh my goodness, Roxanne's going to have to handle this. And I call Roxanne, and she goes, oh, well, I'm in the hospital right now, little outpatient surgery, no big deal, we'll be fine. And you know what we were both saying? I'm probably going to host this on the side of the road, and you're probably going to host this in the cafeteria of the hospital.
That's right.
That's the freedom of what we do. Anywhere we are, no matter what curveball life throws you, that's what's so cool right now with social media and internet marketing and being in a hospital. We've got people that use cell phones. They might be in wheelchairs, Roxana, but they still use a phone. And I love the fact. So I just want to say kudos to you, kudos to me, little pat on the back, that we showed up for all these people.
That's right. We made it on time, and we did it. So if we can do it, you can do it too.
Awesome.
So okay, so let's go through a few things here. Number one, the most important thing is to spread the word, right? You've got this great message. You've got to connect it to people out there, right? You've got to spread the word. So the beauty of Solvay is that, we've got this contact manager and this outreach, and we can easily share the word, spread the word with what's going on, all right? So daily, think about your daily routine and incorporate it somehow. Realize that you have a home business and you can structure it to fit your life however you want to fit it. Now there are some little tweaks to it. We're going to go through those. So post to Facebook, post to Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, and other social sites at least once per day. Okay? And refrain from blasting just only Solvay messages. Now when we talk about some of these social sites, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn and YouTube are also excellent. Okay, they're a little more, YouTube, you have to be comfortable making videos. LinkedIn is more professional for the professional market, as you probably already know. So you can set up, I used to have a LinkedIn group in there that was just talking about mobile marketing and its effect on industry today, right? I want professionals to pay attention to what I'm talking about, so I'm going to sound more professional, right? So if you don't have accounts in these sites, set up accounts in these sites. They're all free sites. Just set them up, put your bio in there, and get to know the language, the dialogue that starts to happen inside of these sites. So spend some time on the sites and learn, learn that LinkedIn is a professional site. Facebook and Facebook is a social site. It's more talk about kind of your daily stuff. Throw in a marketing message, a Solvay message, but make sure you pad it with other interesting things about you and your life. It's social, right? You don't go to someone's house, you don't go to a party and just talk about your business all day. You're going to have people walking away from your little cocktail circle, and they're going to be going over to talk about other things with people that are, just conversational dialogue, right? Not monologue. So, and then within these sites, think about the corporations and the people inside the industry, okay? And go follow them. And then follow the people who are following those corporations and those prominent people, the influencers in that industry, right? So in the in the mobile industry, in the internet marketing industry, even Walmart, Starbucks. Now we have all of those, the social, I keep calling them social because all I think about is social commerce now, in the retail sector, right? So go follow all those businesses and then start following the people who are following all those businesses and the mobile world, even our competitors, because you want to get a feel for the conversation that's happening in these worlds. Okay, you're observing right now, and you want to start to kind of mimic what they're doing so that you can speak the same language. Because if someone's following, I like to follow Samsung. I'm just totally into my Note, right? And I know a lot of people are buying Samsung, the S3.
Oh, tell us why you love that Note. It's awesome. You guys teased me and told me I was walking around with a ghetto blaster on my shoulder.
Oh
Now
my
everybody's
gosh.
loving the Samsung Note too.
You
And yours
brought
is
it.
Roxy Foxy purple. Look at that with all the bling on it.
Yes.
No,
There's
it's
so
a
many
great tool,
different
you
things.
guys. I mean, when we're going around, I mean, believe it or not, everything about what you're carrying, it's all advertising. People, you want to have something on there that says, "Ooh, what is that?" Awesome. And looking it up and being, that's just things you can post on your blog too, Roxy. I mean, that's like being passionate about what you use and just talking about it. People don't have to feel like they have to be an expert. Just talk your passion.
Yeah, when Netflix first started, I was so stoked because I lived out in the woods then also. And I need to get out of the woods. And when I found out about it, I came into town, I was talking with friends, I was saying, did you hear about Netflix? I mean, all I wanted to do was tell everyone about it because it was such a cool thing. And someone even asked me, do you work for them? Like, no, I don't work for them. It's just awesome. But they never paid me to share the message, right? That's just what you do. That's a natural thing you do with your friends, is when you find a thing that's cool and that's going to improve your life and help it, you share it with your friends. That's why you got to get comfortable sharing Soul of A, because you're not selling, So just follow what's happening in the industry, right? And then good nature, right? Think social, not sales, right? Pad your posts from your back office with current events and discuss current events, discuss ideas, discuss articles that you found on the blog sites or maybe some tech sites that you're reading about the mobile industry. You don't have to be an expert. Just kind of.
Are you loopy because of the drugs they gave you at the hospital?
I wasn't the patient. I was.
Oh,
I
okay.
probably I hold my breath when I walk through some parts of it, because I just feel like I'm in a bacteria factory. It's weird. Seriously, I'm like, am I gonna get sick?
James Linhart just piped in and said he's actually watching us on his Galaxy Note 2. So, hey, shout out to James Linhart. We got some great things going on the thread on Empowered Living Biz. That's facebook.com/Empowered Living Biz. And they're having fun with us, Roxana.
Oh, cool. Okay, let's talk about visuals. 65% of the population are visual learners. That's a lot, right? Number one, they're visual learners. Number two, they're easily distracted because they're on their computers. So use images in your posts. Now that Facebook can do it, Twitter can do it, Pinterest became so big because it was all about photos. So, go to Google Images, make sure the images are not copywritten. Go to iStock Photo, they're kind of pricey. Or there's another site called Photolia.
Mm-hmm.
And, grab some photos. There's also infographics that you can create. Look up infographics. That's a new way of communicating and sharing messages in picture and graph forms. There's a site called Visually and a site called PictoChart. So, just kind of get familiar with some of these different ways to use your images. And of course, again, Solvay does a top-class job with their graphics that they create. I've never seen anything as beautiful as it.
Right.
So, anything you want to add to that before I move right along?
Well, one of the things is just the open rate is so much higher when it comes to having visuals or video. And whoever you follow, Mari Smith is somebody that I've been a friend with for quite some time. And as you guys know, she's a Facebook rock star. And just being able to take just imagine yourself how much more interesting a book is if it has pictures. Of course, we read novels, but we are out of that generation now. People want to interact. They want to be visual. And actually, we're now in the generation of we want to see it move. And that's why video has become so relevant today. So whether it is Facebook, Twitter, being able to have things posted, you know, it's so easy. You do not have to get up and look perfect, feel perfect, to be able to post a video that makes people really connect with you. Another thing, I know you're going to get to it, Roxanne, and we'll hit on it here in a little bit, is just about how important it is to brand yourself through social media, because that's one of my absolute passions and has been really since really since I was a little bitty girl. I've been branding myself since I was about 4 years old. But I really started to understand it in 1994, and that's when I really took on branding with people as a passion. So when you're on Facebook, just remember, whatever you're wanting to show, whatever you want them to read, you need to be somewhat focused so that they don't feel like one day you might have different pages, and this is a thing that, you know, we can talk about more in future Hangouts, that certain pages are focused towards certain conversations. Like, I really don't want to confuse people talking. If I love a skincare product, let's say I love L'Oreal, and I want to just have a L'Oreal fan page. I don't want to mix my L'Oreal every day with my Solave, because it's kind of confusing. Like, what is she about? And maybe you followed some folks who are they're about so many things. Maybe they're it's different internet marketers or affiliate marketers. If you're marketing affiliate marketing, that's okay. But if you're marketing an actual product or service, you really want your fans to not get confused about what it is you're posting. So like Roxana was saying with Solave, man, talk about your phone, talk about service, talk about, you know, AT&T laying off people, talk about whatever talk about the CNN report that said that everyone's phone bill in the United States is about to go up by $45 a month. Those are things. Be researching, be in the news, be in Yahoo, find out things, and be on leaders' pages like myself, like Roxana, and say, what are they posting? And you know what? You can either share it, or even better, and I love the sharing. I think it's a great way to tell someone that you really liked what they said. But another thing is to share it, and when you share it, you get to put your own excerpt. That's where you can put your personal opinion about what you think about that post. And that is a great way. I'll tell you, when someone shares one of my posts, and I know, Roxana, you feel the same way, it's basically, it's almost like them saying, hey, Stacy, that was good. I mean, that's really what it's saying. And I like it enough to tell my friends about it. Well, what that does is that creates collaboration. And if you follow Seth Godin or Gary Vaynerchuk, or you'll see that right now collaboration and the Thank You Society is a huge thing about social media. That these are just little tips. So videos, pictures, sharing other people's posts, and making sure you stay focused with what it is you're trying to brand.
Absolutely. You want to come across as that solid foundation for people so that they feel that they can trust doing business with you, that you're not going to, just take off and do 5 other things once you got them in. People need to feel like, when they're connected like this, like this. Not like barely, not like this. Not like this. Like this. Right? That's how I see this. I'm gonna grab you, and I'm gonna grab you by the wrist, and you're gonna grab me by the wrist. So what about engagement? How do we engage our audience? Ask questions of your readers. Pay attention to the times of day that people are responding to your posts. Right? So that means whoever you have a connection with inside of your social accounts, if you're getting feedback at a particular time of the day more than any other time, if you're not, then just keep posting until you sort of find when the greatest amount of feedback is, and then just stay focused on that time. Maybe that's when you want to throw in your Solave marketing message. And get creative, have little surveys, throw out little raffles. I mean, you could even do a raffle for one of the little Solave keychains, or maybe you picked up one of the coffee mugs. You can do a raffle for that. People love getting free stuff, so you can do raffles and stuff. Ask people when I started in Solave, the question that I started asking people was, I said, wow, my cell bill's $395. How much are you guys all paying? That's how I first started talking about it. And you get a lot of response. Now people don't respond to me as much anymore when I say stuff like that, because they're like, we know what you're talking about. We know what you want. So you can oversaturate your market, but if you haven't done that already, just start the dialogue. So you always will have to kind of change and configure to what's happening. It's a constant. It's what's that word? It's this flexible thing that's always changing and forming and reforming itself. So be prepared that if you're not getting feedback anymore, then you need to change your message a little bit. But try engaging them, and then tell your audience what you want them to do. Hey, if you have a high sell bill, share this if you're against high sell bills, and maybe you'll have a graphic or something, a funny graphic of, high sell bills or whatever. Like this if you agree with this, or answer this question and share it. Tell people to do it. Because if you don't, they won't. Half of them won't anyway, even if you're telling them, but the other half just might. And if they do, then, that's the whole thing about internet marketing, is you really have to make it clear what you want people to do. Click here now. That's why you see those messages. Big arrow, click here now. Register here now. That's deliberate stuff.
Hey, Roxana, let me say this too real quick for folks that don't know what it means to be conversational. A good example would be you're going to a cocktail party and you walk in and you just walk up to people and you're constantly going, hey, listen, let me tell you about Solove. And you go to the next person, oh my gosh, let me tell you about, have you heard about Solove? Oh my gosh, let me tell you about Solove. Did you see look at my shirt, look at this Solove. And oh my gosh, Jenny, have you heard about Solove? And all of a sudden you're walking through this room and you're the only one talking. Yeah. And you are blah, 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 blah. You're just like vomiting Solove all over everybody. And you're noticing if you stop long enough, you go, whew, nobody's talking back to me. Nobody's responding to me. And it's probably because people are going, oh my gosh, here comes the Solove person. Yeah. That is not what we want in social media. You want your social media sites to be conversational, which means it's not a monologue, you talking, it's a dialogue between you and people. So really what you're wanting to do, more than broadcast, what you're really wanting to do is engage in intimate conversations. So if somebody comes onto your page, and maybe you don't have anybody that comes to your page yet, and so let's just back up and go, okay, well, somebody's just starting to get people coming to their page. How do you do that? Well, there's ways to actually go out and you talk on other people's pages. Maybe you go into a I want to lower my cell bill, or a petition page where people are trying to talk about it's just not right for the cell bills. And you get in there and you just say, hey, I felt the same way. Have you heard about Solove? Wait. See if anybody bites. I get $49 unlimited, and I share it with 3 friends, and now it only costs me $29 a month. Wait. See if anybody responds, because the idea is, and then when they're posting in your page, like what they say, flash back over to their page, make a post on their page. When you see your feed, go in there and talk to people. If you see somebody said, hey, really great picture, love your profile, wow, it looks like you've got a great family. How many kids do you have now? Get in there and have conversations. Don't be the guy in the cocktail party that's just walking around handing out business cards, but really could care less about what's going on in other people's lives. So be conversational.
And if you need to find any of these groups, just go into the Facebook search bar or Twitter search or Google Plus search. I mean, any of these social sites, that's what they're created for. And put in terms like texting or mobile service, or just brainstorm all the words that are related, and then you'll find groups where people are talking about this stuff.
You don't want to know the keywords to be searching for. If you guys missed last Thursday's Empowering You webinar, that's Thursday night at 6 o'clock. It was with Jamie Jensen and the developer of the Share Solove. They actually went through a training on how to identify keywords and long tail keywords of the biggest carriers, the biggest social groups, so that you know how to put those into your blog. Well, it's not just important for your blog, it's also important for you to know how to search, what search terms to look for that are going to get you the most activity back to your social sites. So you guys might want to watch that. It's posted already in youtube.com/empowered Living TV, which is also where this is being aired through right now.
Cool. Very, very cool.
I keep forgetting to put it on me when I'm talking, and I'm sorry about that, guys.
I'll put it on you now.
It's on me. Can you see me?
It's been on from where I see. It's on you the whole time.
Well, because you get to control yours. I think that it's on me right now. It's on me now, but it should be on you now. So maybe you're controlling that at your end. Anyhow, I'm getting people saying, Stacy, we can't see you. And so I just did it, and now it's back on Roxy. So you know I'm going to call you that forever, Roxanne.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind that.
It's a love.
Way better than Hannah Montana. I'm glad
oh my gosh, I know, right? Of course, I don't know. You'd look good in that haircut.
Oh, geez.
I could do that for you in one weekend. I could give you that haircut.
Yeah, just be like a little puffy thing, short curly hair. Not good. Okay, last one, benefits and value, right? Provide useful, informative information to your audience. Mobile and retail are huge topics, okay? Brainstorm every single benefit you can think about Solvay. Watch testimonials, talk about other people's success. Oh my gosh, I know this lady, she's doing this, and you've got to check it out. Here's a video. You know, make sure you're getting the Solvay scoop. I love the Solvay scoop. I've shared that with 3 or 4 people already, just since it came out yesterday, right? There's all kinds of informative information in there. So get information from there and give people good news, good things to look forward to. Hey, do you like Starbucks? Do you like Starbucks? Do you like Nordstrom? Do you like
caramel frappuccino, no fat, no whip? Anybody that wants to send me one today would be awesome.
Oh, you know what I just thought of this morning that I'm kind of changing the subject, but our cars, when we own the title to our vehicles, we own them free and clear, right? And Solvay is like owning the title to your phone. You own it free and clear. You own the phone. You don't have to pay any monthly anymore. You do have to do the $49, but you know, just get a couple people and then you've got it free. I love that analogy. You know, I love that analogy because that's what I feel like with this phone. I feel like I've got one of the coolest phones in the world, and I don't have to pay for it really at all anymore. That's it. I own it now. Can you hear me?
We can totally hear you.
Okay,
I'm writing on my Galaxy Note my notes. I just want you to know, and I think I just want to say I'm going to put it on here. Jim Story. You guys all need see that Jim Story. You guys all need to go down to Empowered Living Biz on Facebook, facebook.com/Empowered Living Biz, and he just posted a really funny video. It says, "Join Solvay, be sunny and share." And it's got a picture of Sunny and Cher. Oh my goodness, Jim, that is awesome. That was cute. That made me giggle. But that's a perfect example of being creative and funny. And then next thing you know, somebody's sharing it. Like me, I'm going to go there, Jim, and I'm going to go ahead and share your picture. Now, what does that tell Jim when I click share? It basically says, Jim, I thought that was a good one, and I want my friends to see it too. But what's cool about it is I get to go on there. I'm just going to show you guys what I'm doing here. Watch this.
You know, we should do a funny photo contest.
I know, right? So, Jim, this is hilarious. Going to wear my share. Let me fix this up. I'm going to show this to you guys next time. Wig. Next Hangout. Because I got one. And I'm going to wear it next Hangout. Next Wednesday, you guys pop back and y'all are going to be able to see. Yeah. Awesome. Y'all are going to be able to see it. It's going to rock. Okay, what's next?
Okay. That's a great graphic. Okay, well, what are we talking about? Yeah, so talk about the benefits. Talk about everything that you can give people to look forward to. You know, come from the stance of someone who has great news to share. Because people like to be around other people who are approachable, who are friendly, who are open, who are conversational, who are helpful, right? So good stuff attracts good stuff, right? And those are my points that I wanted to cover here for how to share and the best, most effective methods for sharing. that's how I grew my Facebook page. That's how I grew my social sites. That's how I grew my reputation online, my brand, my name. And then when Solove hit and I shared it with others, people trusted me because they knew I wasn't an overly pitchy kind of person, because I never did that. And so that's why my business grew really fast. I'm in the internet marketing world, but I don't do paid marketing stuff. I don't do all these super techie things. I blog sometimes, but that's just me posting an article on my blog. I don't really market my blog. So I just want to be fully transparent and let people know that I didn't do anything complicated in the internet marketing world, because I just used the social sites. I just used them with respect to other people.
Right.
And that's how my business grew really fast, because I had established myself. And I continue to do that, and I still meet new people who join me regularly in Solove. So, I mean, anybody can do this. That's the point.
Well, and let me just say, I've got 3 things that I want to share here before we pop out that go in addition. So tell me, what are those? Give me the bullet points again for people that are taking notes, Roxana. Give them to me, and these are going to be on the new empoweredliving.biz site that should be launched by the end of this month. And Roxana's been writing content. James Linhart, Donna Wirch, Stacy Wallace. We've got all these different people contributing into this site. You guys are going to love it, because we're going to have a one-stop shop that we feel like we can just keep pouring into you. Yesterday I was in the studio and recorded 50 secret sauce tips. I'm constantly getting people going, Stacey, what's your secret sauce? What's your secret sauce? And that's what the Hangout's going to be about. It's going to be about us. I mean, we might pop in and just have found something and say, we want to let you know right here live. Of course, we'll post them up in a very professional manner on our Monday night webinars at 6 o'clock, our Thursday night trainings at 6 o'clock Pacific. But those are a different format. They're you know, those slides, it takes a lot of time to put. This is going to be where we pop in and we're just real raw and relevant with you. Roxana, give me your, so empoweredliving.biz, that's coming out, and we want to make sure that you guys tap into that. Give us what your points are going to be on that page when they see them.
Okay, get social. Spread the word. Use your good nature to communicate. Use visuals. Focus on relationship building, and talk about benefits and value. Those 5 points go a really long way.
Awesome. So quickly, what I want to do on share, one thing that you're going to find, especially bringing Jamie J and some of these other folks in it that are really, really great at SEO, I want you guys to begin to learn and to see the value of branding you. In other words, your Facebook is not just some random pond, let's say, that you're hoping fish come to you. You guys know I love fishing. So it's not just some random pond and you're just going to be throwing out whatever kind of bait. You really want to be specific. Here's a good example. Roxana, I love your Pinterest page, and you're always posting really cool fashion. It's in purple. It's all in purple. And you're fishing there, but you're fishing for women. And so you're targeting the bait for people to go, Roxana, what are you about? You know, what is this stuff? It's always very focused bait. And so when you think about what you want to bring to the marketplace, we're going to talk more about this in the future, but think about all your sites. One of the common threads that you might have is everything has purple in it. One of the common threads is everything might have, you know, for me, I kind of show up at looking like Barbie. I can't get rid of it. I've tried to cut my hair off. My blue eyes still pop. I can't get away from being Barbie. So instead of trying to run away, in fact, for a while I wore glasses. I tried to dye my hair because everybody would always think, you know, blonde hair dits, right? Well, you know what? I decided instead of trying to run away from the thing that God had given me, I'm going to embrace it and I'm going to own it. And I'm going to take Barbie to a whole nother level. I'm going to be the Barbie that I am is Princess Warrior. I'd love to be the soft, gushy, little sweet Barbie, but that's just, I am G.I. Jane, you know, like I'm just looking for a battle and I want to win the war, right? So instead of trying to run away from what would be natural to me, I've learned to embrace it. There's some things that might be natural to you. You might absolutely love fighting for animals and trying to fight and stop the killing of endangered species. Well, own that. Make your page purple. Let people come because of endangered species, and maybe start raising a fund. This is where she's talking about value. So maybe you take 10% of all the profits that you earn with Solivay and you gear them towards stopping the killing of endangered species. So now all of a sudden you've got this connect to what you really love and the thing that's actually driving your economic engine. And we're going to show you how to do that, how your brand, no matter what it is, you want to be in your passion. You want Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. When people come, they go, I get you. I get your passion, because it's like all over you. And so whether you're talking about Facebook, I mean, whether you're talking about Solivay, whether you're talking about your faith, whether you're talking about endangered species, whatever it is, it needs to reflect you. And so that would be my big, huge input into this today, that when you show up in social sites, show up real, raw, and relevant you. Don't try to be somebody else, and then let's find a way to make you contagious. What does that mean? I want to make you sticky. I want people to want to come back and stick on your page. You know, when you see the subscribers, like on my or Roxana's Facebook page, you can go and you can't get into our personal profiles. I have never combed for people. I've never gone out there and just clicked on be my friend, be my friend. I've never done that. It's always been my personal fan page are really people, now I'm sure some people have gotten through, but they're people that I like, love, and trust, that I want them, and they're sticky to me. They like what I'm saying. They follow my messages. They private message me. Some people I've got that can't talk on my page because they're in other direct sales companies, and so they're incognito. They come and they talk to me in private message when they see stuff that they like. So you want to make sure that your page really reflects you, and that you show up there branded you, and that it's something that people can connect with you on. So make sure that you're doing that. Roxana, anything else you want to chat about? Let me see if we got any questions while you do that. You got anything else, Roxana?
Well, you know, I think we can save using your outreach manager for next time. Make sure you know how to use your instant invite. These are really basic tools, but are extremely effective. So that's what I would talk about next. But
here's a good question. Yeah. Here's a good question. Richard Lane wants us to talk about the law on locked phones. And how does that affect our business? Honestly, Richard, it's so, the problem they're having right now is they can't enforce it. Too many people have been against it, and it's really, the day it came out, I knew it wasn't going to go through, because it's just, there's no possible way they're going to be able to enforce that. I don't see it affecting my business whatsoever. For the people who don't know better, they might fear of it, but honestly, I see that being a no-brainer, and I really see it going away here pretty soon. Roxana, you got anything to say on that?
Yeah, I'm just, you know, I try to help the people out as much as I can, hook them up with other people who can help with it. You know, that's the best we can do. You know, it is a mobile industry, and there's all kinds of little things about it. All we can do is just try to support others as much as we can through the process.
Awesome. Okay, so loving these. You guys can keep using that Facebook page there. We'll keep popping in if you guys. Honestly, I don't want to see us use that page for member support, which you guys have not. So I'm just letting, as we have new members coming on to Empowered Living Biz, let me just give you some of the things that we've had set out that have been really, really great. Member support, you want to use the actual member support through Solivay. But this page is a great place to connect to other people, especially if you have cool ideas. Ken Jefferson, great picture of the little girl, loving it, awesome, very funny. And so use it to inspire, empower, get cool ideas. You know, like that's a great question. Hey, can anybody tell me about the locked phone thing? How does that affect my business? And let's watch people as they comment and get more information on that as well. So Roxana, I'm very excited. This is going to be a great little 45-minute, 30 to 45-minute time together every Wednesday. Next week, again, come back, more internet marketing tips. We're going to continue. We're going to actually take you into Share Solivay. guide you through a tour, let you see some of the things that we're doing. Right now, let me just see if I can even open it up, of the system. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me just put you on it real quick so that you can know what it is I'm talking about. Let's go screen share. And okay, so this is the solaveshare.com, and basically what that is going to give you an opportunity to have your own online marketing system. Instead of you having to spend tens of thousands of dollars or $400 a month and people telling you the gurus are going to help you and we're going to close the deal for you, you know what we're going to show you is how not to be dependent, and we're going to show you how to do it yourself. And we're going to show you how this site is literally worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in the creation of the entire platform, and you now have an opportunity to tap into that and be able to utilize it. We're going to show you the landing pages that are available. Let me see if I can make it just a little bit easier to see. There you go. And for those of you who are just checking it out, you can actually take the free trial. I suggest everyone just go ahead and pop in and take the $1 trial, and that way you get it for 14 days so you can see everything it is. If you decide you don't want it, then you can always go back and just go get the basic site, which is just a basic funnel. But what we're going to do next week is we're actually going to take you into that and show you how Roxana and I, my leads that are coming out of this are crazy, and I try to clear them, but you'll see here, these are, I shouldn't show that maybe. You will be able to see how many people are popping in. It's amazing because I've got it posted on my blog. I've got it posted. I've posted out on my Facebook. I've got it on my other social sites, and it's all redirecting to my Share Solave site, and it's also then anyone that joins on there goes directly into my personal network in Solave. So check that out and play around with it. I know you guys have been doing a great job of that, and then Roxana and I are going to share more with you next time that we're together. Okay, so you can see this screen right here. This is the Empowered Living Hangout page. Most of you, all of you should be watching on it. Encourage people next week to come back right here and to watch it. And then I also encourage you to go check this out to our site over the course of the next few days. We are going to be upgrading this site here, which is empoweredliving.biz. If you did not get a hold of the new compensation PDF, it's right here. You could access the online marketing system right here. You can, if you have not already taken the 1K challenge, do so here, and be sure and pop back tomorrow night, our webinar and training tomorrow night. Now what's going to happen tomorrow night is actually Nathan Gooden, and you guys can go to empoweredliving.biz, click on this registration link, and you will be good to go. Tomorrow night, Nathan Gooden is going to be on with me. Now I know a lot of you have been asking questions about what on earth does equity mean? What's the difference between shares and options? How does this affect me? Is this going to be valuable to me? Is this better than the actual one-time bonus? Why is it better than the bonus? What is Q2? What does it mean to be trending on Facebook? We're going to cover some of these terms that over the last probably 48 hours have been thrown out to you. We want to break it down for you. And many of you know, not only is Nathan a social networker too, really great leader in our company, but he's also former CFO, COO for many, many, many years. That's what his expertise lies in, and he's just going to come to the table and really be able to break it down. So we'll be live online looking at stuff. We'll also have slides. He's got some really, really great slides and bullet points that we're breaking down together to really make it understandable, and hopefully that helps all of you out. All right, Roxanne, anything else?
Yeah, you know, I just want to finally to kind of put some closure on the stuff that I shared earlier. Just to let you know, anyone out there who's getting started with social media, that more is not necessarily better.
Right.
You know, reaching thousands and thousands and getting tons of friends all at one big chunk is really like just stuffing your mouth full of food. I mean, just tiny little bites, chew each food, chew it, you can taste it, It's easier for your body. Think of it like that. That's how your social connections need to be. It's not about just getting it's not quantity, it's quality. Just trust in that. One person at a time. One person, make a real connection. Make a real connection. People
Yeah, and I think too,
know the
I
difference.
think people get intimidated, Roxana, when they see people in social media with big numbers by
Yeah.
their name. And there are people that have big numbers because they've created a true following. But I was in a conversation the other day and I heard somebody, there's things called bots, and they can actually go in and they can just add numbers to their Twitter account. In fact, I got somebody, they've got like 107,000 people in their Twitter account, and they don't know a single one of those people. What they've done is they've just kind of scraped through the internet, and they've gone and they've acquired people. And what you want, and this is a great point that intimidates a lot of people, that they don't feel like an expert. You could have 300 followers, true followers in your social media site, and they actually be sticky, and that's 300 people that would buy from you.
Yeah.
And then someone else could have 20,000 people that have just, because of whatever, they were at an event or something like that, but they're not real followers. And so you want both. You want to grow your numbers, but you want to grow your numbers with true followers. And so don't be frustrated if you see low numbers. Just make sure that you're sticky and that they keep coming back for more from you.
You want to do business with people you know, like, and trust. That's all there is to it. So.
Okay, a couple questions real quick here that I'm looking online. Hey, Stacy, you guys rock. Thank you. Lori Petrosino, can you talk about how important mindset is? Absolutely. You know, you guys know my standpoint on that, but we don't get to hear a lot of that from Roxana. So, Roxana, let me bounce to you and talk to us about mindset. Why is that important? Hey, and before you do that, let me say this. I'm in some private leadership groups with Roxana, meaning that it's only social directors and above practically. And here's what I got to say. This chick is awesome because she always shows up in a space of positivity. And I think it's kind of, Roxana, you and I were talking at dinner the other night when we were with Brian Wirch and the other leaders. There's this kindredness between us because we really believe the cup is half full. And we really believe that the world is our oyster, and that there's this law of attraction that, I mean, I always say goodness and mercy tracking me down, and I can't outrun them because they're overtaking me. And so tell us, what is your perspective on how important mindset is?
Well, I'll give you a short story. 2 years ago, I picked up my first book on positive psychology. And I couldn't, you know, I ate it up like candy, like the first time you ever had candy. And then I read another and another and another, and it just, it got absorbed into who I am. I think that I related to it so much because there was a strong part in me that was that way already, but I learned how to, I trained my brain on how to apply it in my daily life. And once I started doing that, I mean, if you think about yourself as a sponge, what do you want to ingest? You want to ingest good stuff? Or you want to ingest bad stuff? You know, every single thing that you think matters. The way you think matters. And it does reflect out. I mean, we are massive bundles of energy, and you've got to respect the fact that what you bring in and the way you think is reflected outward. So once that started happening to me, a major shift in my life and business happened, and I know that the only major variable that I've had in my life in the past 5 years, major variable, is this positive psychology. And I know that because of that, I'm having the goodness that's coming into my life now. Yeah,
you know, yesterday when I'm recording the secret sauce recordings that you guys are going to get, I was going through, Roxana, I have a library full. In fact, Roxana, you need to come hang out at my place. We need to like do a girlfriend sleepover weekend. I'll kick out all the boys, and we just need to wear our big fuzzy socks and totally stream. I think we could create some really cool stuff. But my office is, it has a wall of books, and these are all books that I have read. At one point before my house burned down, I had a library that was ridiculously packed with books. I'm having to gradually rebuild that because of the fire a few years ago. But these books, I believe leaders are readers. And I believe that it changes the way you think. The more you input, the better your output. So I input, I don't read like dramas and novels, and I don't read things. I think I'll pour a little bit more,
Neat.
morality and maybe sexual promiscuity. I don't read that stuff. Quite honestly, I love my life. I love my husband. I don't have to read a book and get that stuff, that junk in my trunk, because you guys know I haven't got no junk in my real trunk. I like to input into my psychology, into my spirit. I want to input whatsoever things are good, lovely, and good report, and the things that will help elevate my ability to properly bring to the market for you the best of the best training. So Roxanne and I really share this together, that we're constant. Like when she pulled out Tipping Point, I'm like, oh, I love that book. But if you saw the library, and there was a time, and right now is not a season of this for me because of Solove, but there was a time where part of me being on stage all the time speaking, I was reading 6 to 8 books a month. Yeah. Just constantly reading John Maxwell books, Jim Collins books, just book after book on leadership development, how to go from good to great. And you want to make sure it's not always easy to maintain the right mindset.
I have that on my bed.
You've got to retwist what's going in your mind. Maybe you need to turn off American Idol or Survivor and go ahead and take that hour, read a chapter of a book that's going to help you go to the next level. Yeah. I think that's great input, Roxana. Okay, so Roxanne, I'm going to take a chance here. First off, you can find the brand guidelines on solove.com. Go down to, or even I think it's in support. You can go into support.solove.com, click on Building My Business, and when you click on Building My Business, you can go into the member development deal, and then you can click on the member tools, and then inside member tools is brand guidelines. I tell you what, I'm going to post it on empoweredliving.biz under resources, and it will say brand guidelines. I'll do that here in the next little bit. Make it a one-stop shop like that. Okay, so here is, I posted while you were chatting a minute ago, what would be your favorite type of gift to receive in a Solove raffle? And we've gotten, people want phones, people want gift certificates, Starbucks, Target, people want anything Solove, shirts, maybe a gift certificate to the Solove shop, free mobile service. And then here's one I think we can pull off, Roxana. What if we did a 1-hour phone call where we explain our secrets to success? So what do you say? Let's do a little contest for the people on this Google Hangout. Roxana, I'll contribute. I don't even know, none of these people are in my group, but let's say we'll give them a 30 to 45-minute Google Hangout with them and their team, and it will be private where them and their team can ask you and I anything they want. First person to get a trio. So if you're on here, first person on this Google Hangout, we're not going to announce this to anybody else. So if they're watching it, if you're watching it on Empowered Living right now, you get to be a part of this. So first person to get a fresh trio from 11 a.m. Pacific forward, go get a trio. And we are going to, let's make it an hour. Is that good for you? Could you play in on that, Roxana?
So they have to get a trio in 1 hour?
No, we'll make it an hour hangout.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. How fun.
We'll talk to their team for an hour. Okay, I was trying to read your face, and I was like, 30 minutes? 45 minutes? I was getting another an hour. You're like, yeah, okay, it's an hour. Yes. I don't want to promise your time when it's your time.
Oh, no, this is a great reason. So when's the deadline? When do they have to get the trio by? Next Hangout?
Let's say first trio, and you need to post it in Empowered Living Biz Facebook with the screenshot of your 3 people when they're in. How's that? And that way we know you got 3.
So just when the first person gets that, yeah. So whenever
there's no time limit.
That's nice.
Go ahead.
Sounds great. Sounds great. How fun.
Okay, so we're on a trio dash, and no one else will know what we're talking about, but everybody that's on this Hangout, trio dash, whoever gets the first trio in the next little bit, starting right now, on your mark, get set, go. Roxanne and I are going to take an hour with your team, as many people as you want to put on a Google Hangout, and we will totally answer questions and go one-on-one with your team. All right. Awesome, Roxana. Well,
Awesome.
I thought this was fun.
I loved it.
And looking forward to next week as well. I know there's some folks that are going to be popping on as special guests with us each week. And just want you guys to know that we are very honored that you are here. So, Roxana, you got a little tagline you want to say before I say mine?
Wow, that was on the spot.
I know, right? Roxy Loxy, looking for the poxy. Looking. How we got a Roxy? No? Because I would love to see you do that. Okay, how about this? Now is the time. This is the place, and you are the one to start a revolution. This is Stacey Wallace and Roxana Hanna, and we are believing the best for you.
That's right.
Awesome, Roxana. Love you, girl. Peace out.
You too.